Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, owners of the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League. It is I, James L. Seagraves, coming to you for a very special Commissioner's Corner. This is the big one, folks. This is it. The season is over. The regular season is over as of last night with the Los Angeles Rams defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of things were going up into that last game. I made a couple of text posts on Facebook. If you didn't see those, I'm sorry, but you're going to find out things today with all the different scenarios as to what could happen. And as things went, as I had laid out my predictions in that post, they went pretty much as foreseen. Unfortunately for Tom Farmer's Zeke's Relationship Corner, he only needed Rob Gronkowski to catch one pass, basically, to lose that game, and Gronkowski did just that. So Tom Farmer went from winning the conference to not making the playoffs, pretty much. Thank you very much. As you can see right here, this is the Jeff Lebowski. We're going to go over the conference winners first, then we'll get into the other stuff. Conference winners, congratulations to Maylin Incorporated. That is Paul Ward winning. Hey, you can't talk. Remember that. You got to be quiet. Sorry, I've got a child down here for the first time. You're going to hear all kinds of background noise. Maylin Incorporated. Paul Ward adds a Jeff Lebowski Conference champion to his trophy case, winning the conference because he has defeated two of these three teams, 2-1 against them, actually. Better than anyone else in that tiebreaker. Toon Squad, Super Original, Zeke's Racing Corner. They all end up 7-4, have a good chance of making it to the playoffs. We'll talk about that in a minute. Going down to the Kirk Lazarus Conference, this one's been over for a couple of weeks. Nantab Knights once again cruised, didn't submit much of a lineup, so he's 8-3, doesn't have a lot of points, but doesn't matter because the last 2, maybe even 3 weeks, he hasn't even performed. But the Clockwork Elves ended up 8-3. That's good for them. And then, look up Operation Mockingbird. Oh, man, you did. Yeah, I don't know if you weren't trying to submit a lineup this week, or if you did and you just underperformed. That was rough. Then we get down to the Ron Burgundy Conference. Nasty Nutria defeated Sag Nasty's Notch Above Top Notches. Wasn't all that bad for Sag Nasty, as you'll find out. But yeah, he went Nasty Nutria going 9-2, making a clear winner of the conference. So you don't have to worry about that three-way tiebreaker that Nasty Nutria would have won anyway. So it was almost impossible for Sag Nasty to win that conference. He would have Ryan Suckup score about 60 points. Probably not happening, and it didn't happen. Ryan Suckup kind of sucked it up a little. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then we go down to the Jeff Spicoli Conference where the Steel City Sackers were defeated by My Ball Zackerts. Like I said, My Ball Zackerts had a lot to play for, and as you'll see, it's a good thing he came to play because he may or may not have pushed himself in the playoffs. He pushed Steel City Sackers out of the conference title, and the Apache Chiefs, beating me by a score of less than 2 points, gets up there and becomes the only Seagraves to win a conference this year. Congratulations to the Apache Chiefs owning the Jeff Spicoli Conference and getting that in his trophy case. We love it. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk about it in a minute. Frank Drebin Conference, we had already talked about this, we didn't already talk about it. I mentioned it in the texting, or the article that I wrote, essentially, that a lot of Velada lost and backed himself into the conference finals because the Black Hole and Partisans, Ship aside, both lost also, so a lot of Velada lucks into that. Play with Mike Ditka wins and becomes 7-4. We'll talk more about him in a minute. So a lot of Velada gets the crown. And then, of course, this one here is kind of weird. As I've said, if you notice, there's no numbers by these things. Since the beginning, the numbers are a gauge. At the end of the day, they don't mean anything. Because technically speaking, Fly Eagles Fly would be the number 1 team in the nation because he has way more points than Taco Tuesday. But Taco Tuesday won the head-to-head matchup, and therefore Taco Tuesday gets the conference title and gets an automatic bye. So all of these guys, Taco Tuesday, a lot of Velada, the Apache Chiefs, Nasty Nutria, Nantab Knights, and Maylin Incorporated, do not submit a lineup this week. You have a bye. Okay? We'll talk more on that in a minute. I have not set up the SUK bracket, so I should have done that before I did this, but it is what it is. Some teams, well, we'll see. I'll do it live, and it'll be awkward, so it'll be fine. So this is here. Here we go. This is your record playoff seedings. Okay, now for some reason it's zoomed out, so let me zoom in. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, we might play. So gold means you've won a conference. Blue means you're in based on record/points. So obviously, Fly Eagles Fly, they're 9-2. They were going to make it in. 9-2 and did not win a conference. That's pretty unfortunate. The Clockwork Elves here, they get in based on being 8-3. Steel City Sackers 8-3. Dublin Drunks 8-3. We all knew they were going to make it in based on that article I wrote last night. Now this is where it gets a little more interesting. True Blue Wrecking Crew, partisanship aside, looking at Agenda 21. Look up Operation Mockingbird. This guy wants you to do a lot of homework, people. He wants you to look up 2 different things. Toon Squad, The Black Hole, Happy Holidays, Sag Nasty's Notch Above Top Notch. He barely made it in. And then My Ball Zach Ertz. You talk about a squeaker. We might have to call up the... we might have to get some lawsuits going to get a recount going or something, because look at how close this is. My Ball Zach Ertz ends up with 848.67 to have the last playoff spot for a record. And Tony Cromwell gets 847.99. Less than a point difference is and that means making it in versus not making it in. Oh, it's tough. Let me just double check and make sure I did this right. It was early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My Ball Zach Ertz is the last guy in by less than a point. Oh my God. So when we do that, those are the 12 teams getting in based on playoff or record. Now we're going to do this. We're going to sort this range by E because I don't have headings because I don't like them. And this is where we're at points-wise. True Blue Wrecking Crew 7-4 had the most points in the league. Fly Eagles Fly 9-2 had the second most. We get down here. Malin Incorporated won a conference. Partisanship side, look up Operation Mockingbird. They kind of cruised in to this last week, I think, because both their teams only scored like 30 points, so I don't know what that was all about. But then we get to the Tallywhackers. 6-5, they get a playoff seed because they scored 915 points, good for 6th in the nation. Chubb Ertz is 5-6, scored 904.9 points, gets into the playoffs. Bleeding Blue Bombers is 4-7, 904.53, and then Hockenstein by 2.5 points defeats Tenacious D for that 4th and final spot. A lot of these guys had a lot of points. Tenacious D, Cheechki, Nasty Nate, Most Known Unknown, Providence, Brady's back up to Wyans, all scored over 870 points, but not good enough to make it in based on who's left. 2 4-7 teams, 1 5-6 team, and 1 6-5 team. So that means all of the 7-4 teams that were left did not score enough points to even beat these teams, much less the 7-4 teams. So that's where we are. Now, as I've mentioned since day one, there are 26 teams in this playoffs, 6 conference winners, 12 teams based on record, 4 teams based on points, and then there are the 4 wild cards. And for the first time in muscle history, we have technology helping us out with this. This is the Wheel of Names. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if I can zoom in. There we go. Hey, what's up? So I'll do this. If you look over here, this says, basically how this works is, this is a giant, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see these things. Well, I can't zoom in that far, I guess. You gotta take my word for it. Every one of these things, you can see right here, Honolulu Blue Balls, Honolulu Blue Balls, Honolulu Blue Balls. Every win you got during the regular season gets you an entry on this wheel. So 99% luck, see 5 and 6, you see they have 5 entries. Aiken for a Ship, 3 and 8, they have 3 entries. Alabama Muff Riders, 6 entries. So on and so forth. Okay? This is how this is working. Now, a few teams were abandoned in the middle of the year and they had new owners take over them. They are all included in this wheel. Hey! Keep it down over there. So the Prison City Pythons, the Night Kings, let's see. Stupid Night Kings. Who's the other ones? What the heck's his name? Digger Phelps. There's another one that was taken over in the middle of the year. And there might have been one more that was taken over at the very beginning of the year, and it's been so long I just assumed he was in the league the entire time. So they're all in. However, certain teams are not in. Team Willie Ledford eliminated from the playoff drawing because he didn't do enough. He got randomized too many times. Savage FC eliminated from the playoff drawing. Sorry, Patrick McNamara. You didn't submit a line for the last 3 weeks. That gets you out of there. And Muck Fishigan also eliminated from the playoff drawing because they didn't submit a lineup enough times. And if you don't submit a lineup enough times, you get eliminated from this drawing, which is why I say never give up on this season. You can always get in. You can always get in based on this as long as you don't get randomized enough times. And on top of that, you still will have something to play for in the SUK bracket, which I'm about to build live on television here, I guess. So we'll see. So this is it. As you can see, these pies are very, very, very small. Renly, you gotta be quiet, buddy. Okay? Okay, so here we go. So this is the wheel. Okay? Now, as you can see right now, they are sorted by this. I can hit this, I can sort by this, and then I can shuffle. I'm going to shuffle this several times so that you know this is all random. If you look here, you can look now here and see. Maybe you can see this. This says Kakambas 4 and 7. Right next to Kakambas, it looks like Play with Mike Ditka. So, yeah, it's sorted. Okay. So, here we go. Live. The first, get your pencil ready.
I got it.
Gotta write it down. Don't go near this power pack, cat. Alright, the first team in on the wild card is... We're spinning. Here we go. It's gonna be... Oh, so close to Providence Power. Play with Mike Ditka. He gets in. He narrowly missed the playoffs based on points by less than a point. So I think that's divine justice right there. I'm going to hit remove all instances, so we'll remove him from the wheel. Okay? We're drawing a second winner right now. All Play with Mike Ditkas are gone. That's 7 fewer entries for everybody else to compete again. The second team in the wild card drawing is... The Night Kings! They get in. That's why you take over. That's why you take over a team. That's the second team. Here comes the third one. We're going to remove all this. This is the Night Kings now. Oops, I got to click on this thing, not that. All right. Third team in on the playoff drawing.
Stupid.
Concussion Protocol, 7 and 4. Good job. Concussion Protocol. What league? What conference were you in again? I got to remember here. 7 and 4. Must have been on that top one, probably. No. What conference were you in? Concussion Protocol. 7 and 4. Must have been. Where the hell are you at? There you are. Oh. Congratulations to OJ, by the way. Not for avoiding the prison sentence, but. All right, the final. This is the final one, right? We've done 3? This is 4. The final team into the playoffs based on the random card is going to be... Come on! Oh, so close! Honolulu Blue Balls! No, I was so close to Providence Power. All right, Larry Weinberg, that's your team. You got randomized a couple times, so I hope you're watching this podcast, but you didn't get randomized enough to get eliminated from the drawing. So, there's that. Hi, what are you smiling at? I'm not smiling. I was that close to getting drawn. Oh, well. So, there you go. We're going to go through here. We're going to make it official. We're going to go on here and say...
Yeah! I'm done. Official.
No, you're not done. You got the SUK bracket. More on that in a second. The SUK bracket, you can still win free entry. And you also get Pride. So close, Mama. That's
so
about
close, Red Lady.
Super Original. Oh, Super Original didn't make the playoffs. I'm going to make this a green line. Concussion Protocol makes it. Zeke's Relationship Corner goes from being able to win the conference to not in the playoffs at all. Then we got, who else we got? Who are the 4 teams again? We got them written down?
Right
the Night Kings in play with Mike Ditka. And Honolulu Blue Balls. Larry Weinberg, you lucky son of a gun. The Night Kings were 4 and 7, but they took over a team that was just completely abandoned. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Can't blame them for that. So, there we go. Those are your 4 teams in the wild card. Now, again, if you are, and I will make a post on the Facebook post because I don't have this bracket ready. Watch out, buddy. If you did not make it in the regular playoffs, that does not mean that your season is over. Okay? It just means that you have no chance of winning the grand prize, but you can still play for Pride, win for the SUK Bracket Championship, which gets you free entry into next year. So come on, keep it going. We got several weeks to go. I'll post the brackets on the Facebook group here eventually. I didn't get that ready to go because there's a lot going on in there because I had to figure out all kinds of stuff. But that's the important thing. So, Tony Cromwell, OJ, Larry Weinberg, and the Night Kings, which is Matt. I'd have to double check the name. Matt Harrison, I believe his name is. His name? I don't know. I'll look it up. Some guy that someone sent me. He congratulations to all four of you. Matt Henderson, I believe it is. Henderson, not Harrison. You're Harold, though, aren't you? So that's that. Congratulations to all four of you, and obviously congratulations to all the teams that made it in legitimately. So yeah, do not stop. Do not stop. Submit a lineup no matter what, unless you are one of these conference champions. Need to submit a lineup. Or some people get a bye in this SUK bracket. I'll make that post. Have a good one. Say bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye. All right. Bye. We'll talk later. See you.